Hello and welcome to the channel. If this is your first time here, this channel shares daily devotion, encouragements, and teachings to help you grow on your walk with God. Today's episode asks a simple but powerful question. Have you ever met an angel? In this episode, I'm sharing a series of real-life encounters. Moments where the supernatural seem to step into everyday life. These are personal experiences involving protection, guidance, and divine intervention. Whether you're skeptical, curious, or deeply spiritual, I invite you to listen with an open mind. The first angel I met was when my friend Marie and I were coming home from church. Her car ran out of gas, and lucky for us, this happened near a gas station and it was downhill. I decided that I would push the car while she steered. Just as I laid my hands on the boot of the car, a man appeared out of nowhere. There were no people on the street. He did not say anything and just started to push the car. He looked Asian and had on ordinary men's clothing. As he started to push, the car went forward very fast and I could not keep up, so I ran behind the car down the road. At the gas station, I caught up to the car as she steered in next to a pump. I bent down to catch my breath, and as I looked up, the man was gone. I looked all over for him, even went into the shop as I wanted to say thank you. But he was nowhere to be seen. I then realized that God had sent an angel. I asked Marie, "Did you see the angel?" She was surprised. "What angel?" I said, "The one that pushed the car." She told me that no one but me was pushing the car. She only saw me. Really was an angel. Be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unawares. I joined an intercessory group that was praying against some religious groups that had come into the country. They wanted to pray all over, and we did not want them to establish a stronghold in our country. The lady that was heading our group told us to pray for angels on every street corner in the city. She then went to the city to see firsthand what they were up to. As she walked around the streets, she came across a man dressed in armor, and he had a spear and a sword. She asked him who he was, and he replied, "I am one of the angels sent by God to stand on the street corners." That was amazing. I was praying for a lady who was having trouble with her ex-boyfriend. He just would not leave her alone. She wanted him out of her life. I was praying and felt led to pray for an angel on every road that came into the area where we stayed. I asked God to send the angels to prevent him from entering the town. The next day she phoned me and said he phoned me to tell me that he was coming, and I prayed, and then he phoned me again and said that he had had an accident. The car was severely damaged, but he was okay, and then he told me that he was leaving for Johannesburg and would not be seeing me again. We were overjoyed. The Lord had come through. The next angel that I met was when I was visiting my friend Annette in Bloemfontein. As we sat there in her living room praying, I was suddenly aware of someone standing in the middle of the room. He looked like an ordinary young man with a shirt and long pants, but then he came to me and blindfolded me. He removed the blindfold, and I asked the Lord what it meant. This is what I heard. "Your justice is blind, but mine is not." You often see a figure of a blindfolded woman in front of courthouses. I looked at Annette and said, "There is an angel in the room." I told her the message that the Lord gave me and told her that I was sure it was an assignment with a message for a church that God was going to send me to. She asked if I could find out what his name is. I asked the Lord, and he said, "Uzio." Then she asked if this angel could stay with her, and the Lord said yes. The next evening she told me that Uzziel had been riding with her to work and back. Archangel Raguel is recognized in extra-biblical traditions, notably the Book of Enoch, as an angel of justice, fairness, and harmony, often acting as a divine overseer who ensures order among angels and takes vengeance on transgressors. Known as the Friend of God, Raguel works to resolve conflicts and uphold divine will. One day I listened to a preacher teaching people how to see in the Spirit. When he was done, he told us to close our eyes and look around the room. I saw two short little demons standing in front of my desk. They were pointing their fingers at me and making strange noises. The next moment on my left I saw a huge angel dressed in armor, and he stuck out his sword towards the demons and his sword caught on fire. The two demons vanished. I think this was my guardian angel. That angel made me feel so protected. One day I prayed and asked God for the gift of wisdom. What appeared next surprised me. At my desk I saw something unusual. A large being with the body of a bird and the head of a human. At first I thought it was something negative, but I sensed God saying, "You asked for wisdom. I sent you an angel." Over time I accepted it. People began telling me I carried wisdom, without knowing anything about this experience. At one point someone even said they saw wisdom moving during worship. Later I saw this being again. Its feathers had turned white with diamond-like edges. My last encounter was when I returned from a visit to my friend Annette, and I unpacked and could not find my necklace that I inherited from my grandmother and my new memory stick. I looked everywhere but could not find them. I heard of a preacher who forgot his knife that a friend had given him while he was on a mission. He prayed and the next moment the knife fell on the table next to him. I decided that I would pray and ask God to reveal where these two items were. I had searched the drawer on the bedside table several times to no avail. The next morning I opened the drawer and there in the middle of the drawer in an opening lay the memory stick. I thanked the Lord but asked if it were possible to find the necklace. The next morning I opened the drawer and there in the corner lay the necklace. I was overjoyed as it was very precious to me. I am sure there have been many more angels around me that I have not noticed, and it will be very interesting one day in heaven to meet them all. You can also have angels. You just have to ask the Lord for them. Job had a hedge of angels around him and his family. Job 1 verse 10. Have you not made a hedge around him, his household, and all that he has on every side? Maybe you should pray that too. I do every night. I ask for that hedge of angels to surround me and my family and every person on my blogs. In these times we are living in, we should get these angels to protect us. Thank you for listening today. If this message encouraged you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to this channel so that you can receive more devotions and teachings. You are also welcome to share this message with someone that might need encouragement today. Until next time, God bless.